This is Sherry. I'm coming at you for Angel's Whisper, and I'm once again at Canyon Lake. Today I'm going to be doing a somewhat complicated reading, so I ask you to bear with me. I've had spirit coming to me with the bear totem. You know, I'm always trying to look for a different totem animal for us to be focused on, and this time it came to me from spirit, and so I'm being shown that I'm going to be given the message the night before of the totem animal that I'm going to be working with. And it's interesting because it's been coming to me for quite a few days. So bear totem is the one that we're working with. And you'll see how it correlates with the messages that I was actually guided to share with you as well. So I'm going to show you the deck that I'm using today, that I've been actually guided to use today, is Archangel Raphael Healing. And this is by Doreen Virtue. Now the thing with this is I want you to understand that everything is literal and everything is symbolic. There's a symbolic message and there's a literal message, and it's up to you to listen to your body to tell you which this represents for you. You can use every message in literal or in symbolic ways. So that's my first thing that I'm going to tell you. I'm going to let you guys look around. It looks really cool out here today. It's still, but it's bizarre weather. Whoa, I didn't realize that I'm literally being taken offshore. This is perfect. That doesn't always happen. Hold on, I'm gonna get me back over to, see, that's why this is kind of complicated. Because I've got, I'm trying to lock myself in place so that I don't get taken too far away. It's not working too well. All right, so as you guys look, I'm gonna talk to you. So the bear is actually, first I'll tell you, the bear is representative with the shaman. The shaman, it's used often in many different cultures as in reference to the shaman. So as you know that I use the animal totems, I work with the shamanic animal totems. I am a shaman, and this is really appropriate because it came to me in my dream last night. I saw myself as the bear and somebody coming to me for healing, because the bear represents healing. And somebody else, I told you as well, brought something up again, a lot of references to bear. So the bear is a symbol of grounding and force and strength. You know, you think about the grizzly bear. I'll let you guys look around. The grizzly bear, are, you know, you look at them and you think they're powerful. And so the first thing that comes is just support, protection. It talks about grounding. But as I was saying, emotional healing, strength, confidence, standing against adversity, you know, taking the role of leadership, you know, action. It asks you to step up, and it would be in regards to yourself or in regards to somebody in your life. So it speaks of healing or using your healing abilities to help heal yourself or others. And when you think about the bear and how they hibernate, right? So it talks about the importance of solitude, of going in. So think about all the different characteristics of a bear as you think about using the benefits and the medicine of this animal in your life. So it talks about the importance of solitude, quiet time, rest. It provides strong, as I said, grounding forces. You think about them, they're in their cave, right? They're close to the earth, and they're grounded into the cave. So it talks about calling upon the bear medicine to ground yourself. So it's very important to stay grounded at this time, is what they're telling you. They support you in times of difficulty. They give you courage and a stable foundation to face challenges. Like I said, they're going to show up when it's a time for you to stand up for yourself, maybe your beliefs, maybe somebody doesn't agree with the way that you are seeing things or the way that your belief system, or it could just mean that you're being asked to stand up against, maybe in a family or in a situation where you have had maybe an overbearing boss or a parent or someone that's always had fish jumping to the surface right then. So that's the emphasis. Overbearing person in your life has been kind of taking over, and you have been somewhat felt controlled. Or maybe you've given up your control, or if you felt that you haven't had control. So it talks about standing up for yourself. It makes me think of last week. We had that same message that we were being told to stand up for ourselves, and that there was somebody in our life that we might have felt that we had to do things a certain way. Remember, we'd given up our what we had wanted in deference to what they wanted. So this is about, you know, supporting you in times of difficulty, so you can stand up, you know, show up and speak your truth. It also talks about when you need to take on the role of leadership in your life or in the life of someone else. So maybe you're being asked to step in, you know, and speak for somebody or encourage somebody else to stand up for themselves. So it's going to inspire you to take action without fear. It teaches you how to project this self-confidence of the bear. You know, you think about in the Celtic times, they used to wear bear's skin with the hood, like the head actually up here, as they would go into battle, because that would it promotes kind of like a fierce, aggressive attitude out front. So when you call upon bear medicine for that, it gives you the appearance of strength, and even when you might have fear behind you, you're gonna have a solid, strong front. So they're asking you to call upon bear, even if you're nervous and you feel that you need to stand up, but you've got this fear inside of you, or you're nervous to do it. Other people can't see it on the outside. This is on the inside, and we're being encouraged, of course, to remember who you are and where you came from. We are wearing human suits. That's it. We are spirit beings. We are strong. Nobody's in control of our lives. We have choices. So it's talking about that. And when you stand up for yourself, bear, when you think about bear, they're feared, but they're also admired for their strength, and their presence, like their literal presence, inspires respect. You're not going to mess with a bear. They're huge, right? They're like, okay, I'm going to back off. So this is the same thing in this case. So it inspires you to take action without fear, and teaches you how to project this, you know, this image to others in the world. So as the bear is the healer, and is often representative as the shaman, as the healer. When the bear shows up in your life, I keep looking at you because I feel kind of rude with the camera away, but it's kind of pretty for you to see all this. So the bear shows up. Maybe you're being called on into a role as a healer for yourself, but it might be that there's somebody else in your life that you need to take an active role in sending healing to. And it's coming to me because I am a healer. So I'm a Reiki master, and I do long distance healing. And so I'm being shown there's somebody in my life that really could benefit from the use of my Reiki healing skills. And so I have actually done so with someone in my life. I have a good friend who's going through challenges, and what I've done is, and I don't know if you guys know that you can do this, but I've set it up so that it's on a revolving, a continuous cycle, that every hour on the hour, this healing, Reiki healing, will go to this individual. And I have to reboot it every day and you know, check on it to make sure that the connection between us is still open and that I can do this. But that way the healing is constantly going to this person. And so if they're going through a difficult time, you know, sometimes maybe they can't tune in, or sometimes they can't be present with it. So this is continually going to be going. So that is a possibility for those of you who might be having difficulty and who are looking for healing and help. Reiki knows where in your body to go. Nobody has to know the exact problem. Nobody has to know the exact issue. Nobody has to know your fear, worry. Reiki goes wherever your body needs it, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So they're talking about maybe this is something that you might have to have done for yourself. Maybe you could reach out and have this done, or maybe this is something, if you are a healer as well, you can call upon bear medicine to do this. Also, when you think about the bear, how they hibernate, it talks about maybe this is a time in your life where you need to find balance and comfort and solitude. So it's like about like regrouping, you know, and going in within and resting, and so that you're able to rejuvenate yourself. And so maybe there's somebody in your life, or maybe it's you, that has done this, has faded away, and what they've done is they've gone in, and it's a time of healing for them. And that's what I'm getting a message is that a healing is absolutely taking place. It also could talk about setting boundaries with people, appropriate boundaries with others, as to respect your privacy as well as you respect another's privacy. And it talks about taking time away from maybe a busy life. Like I said, we're gonna take this in many different ways. It doesn't just have to be that there's somebody that's actually going through a physical or a mental or an emotional time period, but it could be just that you are overworked and you are exhausting yourself, and you need to find this bear kind of attitude where you go into hibernation and you're gonna heal and rest and rejuvenate yourself. But also it could be that there is somebody in your life that's going through this, and so they're asking for you to have understanding for this situation. Okay, so that's the message that I've got for bear. Now, with this reading, like I said, it's going to be kind of complicated because I have so many cards, but I asked, and every single one of them is very important. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the messages that I get first, and then I've got several cards that are that I'm going to be speaking to you with, but they are going to be what you can do to help yourself in this situation. So let's see how I do this. So the first thing they're saying is ask your body for a message. Okay, so what they're saying is, there's a lot of different things that are coming from this message. If you are unsure about what's happening, you can ask your body for a message. Tell me, what is it that, where do I need help? Also, if you are wondering if a situation is yes, true or not, ask yourself for a message. Am I understanding this correctly? And then your body will give you a message, like a chill or a shiver. But it also means that the body of the person that you're inquiring about is having a health issue, and because their body is trying to tell them something that they're doing that is causing issues for them. So there's something in their life that they are continuing to practice or do that it's causing a reaction in their body. And they wouldn't necessarily have this reaction if they would stop doing whatever it is that they're doing. So that's another message as well. And they're also saying that if you ask for this, and that the health of this person or yourself will be restored. So you need to pay attention and talk honestly about what's going on. Okay, so that's that first message. The next message. How am I going to do this? Okay, hold on. There's so many. Okay, the next message we have is divine intervention. Now, the first thing, you see this person's lying in the hospital bed, but it doesn't have to be health. Remember, it can be relationship, it can be work issue, it can be anything. Remember, this is symbology, but it also can be literal. So what they're saying is there's divine intervention taking place. The angels are with the person that you're inquiring about, or they're with you. They want you to have patience with the process of divine timing, it could be. So there could be something in your life that's going on that's taking a long time to come about. And so they're talking about, divine intervention, divine timing. So pay attention. It might be that, divine timing. It also shows that, as you can see, the angel up here, that something's going on behind the scenes. So maybe that there's an issue in your life that doesn't seem to be moving along. And they're telling you that Spirit is working behind the scenes to effect a miracle. Because divine intervention is when you feel almost hopeless. So there might be something in your life that you're feeling hopeless about, or that's just not working out for you. But Spirit is telling you, don't be discouraged, because there's divine intervention going on behind the scenes, and you're being helped. And they're telling you also, remember, it's almost always when we give up, we get to the place where we're just like, oh, forget it, and you surrender, when the miracle steps in. And that's actually what Spirit's asking for us to do most of the time, and it's so difficult for us to do. I know it's really, really difficult for me to do, because I'm a real doer, to step out and allow Spirit to take care of a situation. But they're telling you that's another one of the messages, is that that as you surrender, this miracle takes place. And so step out and allow this to happen. Oh, well, this is awesome. I might have had this out of order a little bit. The next message is expect a miracle. So there you go. They're telling you, it's assuring you a change is recurring, and it's a result of positive thinking or of prayer, or if you've been worried about somebody else, they're telling you, you can't expect a miracle. You may not be seeing what's going on behind the scenes, as we were told before, but divine intervention has happened. And your faith, also, it could be talking about a situation in your life where, like I said, you're feeling... You're starting to lose faith in something, and they're saying, don't lose faith. You can expect a miracle, and because of your faith, what you've been asking about is coming about. So that's another, you're being rewarded. So they're telling you, remain positive. Remain positive. Say thank you. Prayer is very, very powerful. Prayer is powerful because as you speak out loud, and you are asking for something, it's like an affirmation as well. But of course, you're calling upon Spirit to help you. So they're saying, don't neglect prayer, and don't discredit the value and the powerful influence that prayer has upon the situation. What else? I'm trying to think. I'm seeing fish jumping again as I was speaking, which I love. I want to make sure we don't get kicked out of here. What else am I thinking? They're also saying, oh yeah, because of an affirmation. Thinking about that, prayer. When we say, whatever words we use, positive or negative, they're a prayer. A prayer is simply an affirmation. So make sure that you're saying the words that you want to have happen, and the prayer that you're intending to send out is the one that you're speaking. So, oh, here comes waves. Waves means I'm going to get kicked away. No, don't. All right, let's see. The next message we have is, these are all kind of all going together. Have faith. So here we see an angel, and you're being reminded, again, the power of faith. Remember I said you might be losing faith, and they're telling you, don't lose your faith. Hold on to your faith. We got a miracle. You can expect a miracle coming. We got the power of prayer. So they're saying, don't lose your faith. Because of this faith, what is coming about, even though it's contradictory maybe in what you're seeing, it is coming to a miraculous and surprising conclusion. And they're saying, expect miracles to come in unexpected ways. When they say have faith, they're not going to tell you this if this is a situation that's, it's done. There's reason for optimism. It doesn't, when you look at the water, it doesn't look as though we're moving much. But my boat's going up and down, and I got to make sure I don't get dislodged here, which is, of course, another message, right? It doesn't look like the water's moving much, but it is. Don't get dislodged. Okay, so things don't look like maybe they're moving forward, or things. Maybe you're struggling through something, through a situation, and it just doesn't feel like it's getting any better. But there is movement going on, and they're assuring you, hold on. There is a healing miracle evident, and there is movement going underneath the surface of the water. And that's also a message about the emotional waters. So this might be an emotional situation. It also might be telling you that a situation that's going on in your life or in the life of someone else is happening because there's an emotional situation happening in their life. There might be something going on emotionally that's causing them to behave in a certain manner. So they're asking for you to have compassion and understanding, and recognize that just because you may not see something or understand, maybe they haven't shared something with you. Maybe they're embarrassed. Maybe they are very private, and they're trying to handle something themselves. So a lot of times it may appear like, sometimes people appear as they're angry, or they appear like they're disinterested, but a lot of the times they're trying to handle something on their own without involving you. Maybe they're trying to protect you from something. Maybe they are not wanting to hurt you. There may be all kinds of different reasons. So they're saying things are not always as they appear under the surface of the water, and the water represents emotion. So there's that. Okay, so the next message, looks like we're getting a little bit of sun, which is kind of cool, because I didn't think I was going to get any. Well, the next message was about prayer, and I kind of jumped ahead with that one. And it's telling you that, oops, hold on, I'm dropping my cards on the ground. Dang it. Prayer works. So it's telling you to go, that because of your prayers on the behalf of this situation or another, there has been more movement. I said a while back, don't ever underestimate the power of prayer. And it doesn't mean that if you don't pray something for somebody or some situation that you're not going to be helped. But when you ask for Spirit to help you, and you ask for others, there is a power in prayer. And whenever two or more are gathered, I remember that from the Bible growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. And I use the Bible often, the things that I've used. It's a very good moral. The morals in there, in different scriptures always pop into my head that, they're smart. They're wise. They're wise words. So wherever two or more are gathered, there you will find me. So is what I remember hearing. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help from others. Don't be, ask for others to pray on your behalf. We've done that a lot on Facebook, on our different pages. Many of my spiritual friends and I, if somebody's going through a difficult time, we will ask, for others to share their prayers. And would you please pray on behalf of this one? And there's been movement. And so they're asking you to trust in this. And I believe in it. I have absolute faith in that. So there's that message. The next message, and this is the last of the regular messages, and then I'm just going to show you, you'll understand when I tell you. This is about relationship. So it's about it says, dear Archangel Raphael. By the way, this is all addressed to Archangel Raphael. Raphael is the healing angel. So he's the one specifically, the Creator, our Father, has archangels that help us and they all have specific duties. So Archangel Michael, we call Archangel Michael on him as far as protection, and we call upon him for cutting cords, and for we call upon different archangels for study, and we call upon Archangel Raphael for healing. So this is his messages to him. So when you're praying, you can ask specifically for his help. So in relationship, there's several. Where did I put my card? There's several different messages from the relationship card. I don't know, maybe the sun's into that. And what it's saying is, it's possible that there's somebody else that's affecting your relationship. There might be another person in this person's life that has an influence on what's taking place. They might be interfering. They might be causing issues for this person. There might be, maybe you're seeing things a certain way, or you're being told certain things, but they're telling you that it might be that it's not the other person speaking, it might be someone else. Or it might be that the other person is putting undue pressure on somebody. Like, remember last week we got the person that was felt pressured to do things a certain way. So they're saying that this might be happening, and that somebody in this person's life is affecting the relationship in the manner that they are choosing to act. Or but it also could say that as far as relationship, we can call Archangel Raphael and ask him to help us in healing our relationship. Maybe there's, including emotional issues between people. Maybe there's misunderstandings. Maybe you don't even know about a misunderstanding that's taken place. And so you can ask Archangel Raphael, if there is anything that I don't understand, can you help with the healing in this aspect? And he can help you maintain clear, open, honest communication and as well as loving communication. Sometimes we don't know the right things to say. Sometimes we say the wrong words. Sometimes we misunderstand and react. And it's really, really good not to allow ourselves to react. So ask Archangel Raphael to help you and know how to communicate. It also could talk about, because it's a relationship, it could say that there's a romantic relationship imminent, a healing in that relationship. Or maybe there's a message coming about this relationship. It could also tell you maybe there's somebody else that's going to come into your situation that's going to help you. So it's a relationship with somebody else that's about to come. So they want you to trust this. It also, because it's in regards to relationship, they're telling you that you can trust this relationship that you're thinking about, that you're speaking about, whatever this is, whether it's a business relationship, whether this is a relationship within family, whether this is a romantic relationship, however this is applying to you in your life, you need to pay attention. Like I said, how does this apply to you? I'm giving guidance that Spirit is giving me to share with you, but you're also being taught here, right? We're all being taught how to use the information that comes to us and how to apply it in our lives. So as we got the message before, I think I told you, I can't even remember, I had so many. Ask your body for a sign, ask your body for a message, yes. So you're asking, how does your body feel about this? Which of these scenarios applies to you? You might have to go back, because I've given you so many. Go back and see what the different messages were that came up. But now I'm going to go back, because I told you I was helping somebody, and I was inspired. I'm watching the vulture, which is rebirth and regeneration, which is a really healthy totem to just fly up when we have been told that the health of this situation or the health of this person that you've been inquiring about is improving, because there's a regeneration. It's like a resurrection from maybe things have been bad. Maybe this person's been going through a really difficult time, and there's a healing. We're told there's a healing miracle taking place. So when we see that, there's kind of like, they come back like as a new person. So it could be that, or as like, if it's not a person, a situation in your life. Okay, but I am going to focus now again on the healing of a person, because this is what came to me specifically. And I'm going to show you several different messages that come up. How am I going to do this? Okay. They're telling me massage. Massage is very important, and it can be very helpful. It helps you to relax. Also, it's interesting, the person that I'm speaking of, because I'm a Reiki healer, I said, I would be able to do a Reiki massage, so that when you're massaging to relax the muscles, my hands are actually on the body and putting Reiki into the body as you're massaging, so that you get the double benefits of that. So they're saying that would be very, very important and very helpful for you. Now, it could be, if this isn't in your life about somebody that's going through a difficult time, maybe you're just stressed out, maybe you're going through a lot, maybe you're working really, really hard, you've put a lot of pressure upon yourself, And they're telling you, you know, take care of yourself. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Maybe go out and get yourself a massage to relax yourself. You're worth it. It's very important that you take care of your body so that you function at the optimum level, right? Okay. The next message they're giving us, fresh air. The importance of fresh air. Fresh air is so incredibly healing. Look at it out here. It's calming. It's relaxing. No matter how stressed out I get, no matter how upset I get, when I come on the water, and that's interesting too because water is emotion. When I come on the water outside, I am able to relax. I'm able to calm down. It's very, very healing. Fresh air cleanses your thoughts. It purifies any negativity. Something about getting outside and being in this kind of environment is incredibly healing. So they're telling you, get outside and you be spending more time with fresh air ventilating through your lungs. It also could mean, if we're speaking about a person again in your life that's having difficulties, they're telling you that smoking might be an issue. Maybe you're smoking and they're telling you you need to stop smoking. It's affecting your health. You need to take care with your lungs. Oh, look at them. A pair of ducks. Seeking emotional comfort. That is what comes immediately when I see the duck totems. How beautiful is that? But it also is telling you that there's another thing, is that the person that you're inquiring about is, along with this prayer that you've been asking for help for them, and as well as what they've been doing for themselves, their burdens are being lifted and they're being able to breathe easier. So it talks about a release from stress. So that's that message. The next message they're talking about is exercise is key. And it is. Exercise is for everybody and all of us. So maybe you've been, especially right now after the holidays, everybody's got a lot of food that they've probably been eating, parties they've been going to, so they're saying it might be very important for you to get out and it is very important for you to get out and exercise. But it also is speaking about exercise is important in the health of this situation or this person that you're considering, that you've been concerned with, that to get outside is healing for the person that you're inquiring about. So a lot of times when people are suffering, say if it's depression, you know, you're feeling down, you just want to hole up and you just want to go into your room and shut the door. And they're saying, don't do that. Don't do that. They're asking for you to get outside. They're asking for you to exercise. They're asking for you to have fresh air. Do sometimes the opposite of what you believe is what you need to do. And it's going to help reduce your stress level. So there's that. Then they're telling you to stretch. Stretching is very important. Comes to mind for me, yoga. Yoga is very important. Yoga helps balance your chakras. Stretching, it also could be, maybe you need to stretch outside of your comfort zone. Remember, we were told that you might be being encouraged, as the bear was saying, to stand up and for yourself and speak up for yourself, and it's gonna push you. Maybe you're a person that's very easygoing, somebody who maybe you're a timid person, maybe you have a difficult time speaking up for yourself, and they're telling you to stretch yourself. I have a friend who is an introvert, and it's difficult, and the first thing she wants to do is and she told me, is hole up in the house, and she doesn't want to go out, and she was going to off to her parents for Christmas, and she's like, oh Lord, here I go, wish me luck. And I said, you need to remember who you are, where you came from. We're wearing this human suit, but we are spiritual beings. And I said, take a look at the whole event as though it's a movie, and all these people in the movie are characters, and you're just playing a role, or you're watching a movie take place, and try and remove yourself emotionally from the situation. All right, the next message, they're saying that it might be important for the health of this person that's going through. You might need to change physicians. There might be something that you've been doing again and again and again and getting no different result. So you keep trying, and then the next message, it's interesting. I'm going to put these together, and then I'm going to come back to them. Do more research. So maybe there's something that you haven't found out. Maybe you need to continue to look for something else. Like I said, you've had a physician and you've been doing things a certain way. Now remember, the physician doesn't have to be health. It could be in regards to a job or any other situation. So maybe you've been doing things a certain way and it hasn't been working for you. So you need to do some research. What is it that you need to do? What could you do differently? Find a different doctor. Find a different way of doing things. Something just came to my mind. What was it? Do more research. Maybe you haven't been seeing things correctly. Maybe you have assumed things were a certain way, so they're saying, you know, like the bear, do some introspection, get quiet, go withdraw, go in, and do a little bit more mental research. Maybe, like we said, I think I've got it. Yeah, the next one here, meditation. Go into meditation. And while you're in meditation, maybe you're going to be given answers. Like for me, I'll ask a question before I go to sleep, and I literally will have different visions, and I will be given sometimes sentences about what to do. Like I said, I was told about the bear. It was definitely important for me to do that. So they're to speak on the bear totem today. So if you go into meditation, you can ask Spirit, what is it that I need to know? What am I not seeing? So you're doing research, and then you're using meditation to help you get to the correct answer or understand something correctly. But it also represents that you may just need to do meditation. Maybe you've got this crazy mind going nuts. My mind goes, I was telling somebody the other day, my brain is going 1,000 miles an hour. It goes so fast I can't even speak. And I look how quickly I speak. But my brain, I'm an overanalyzer. I overanalyze things, and sometimes I scare myself with the things that I find because and I will admit this, I've had a lot of learning. We were talking about this year, my friend and I were talking about this has been a huge year of learning, lessons. And for me, prophetic dreaming and you know, understanding the literal and the symbolic, which, you know, sometimes my dreams are both. Sometimes they're only literal, sometimes they're only symbolic. It's like I have to relax and calm my mind down and kind of like watch like I said to my friend, watch the movie go by and see what Spirit brings me, so that I'm not jumping to conclusions, and I'm seeing things accurately instead of allowing my ego mind to get carried away. Sometimes my friend and I posted something, was it yesterday, I think, and on the wall, and it's, oh, there goes a blue heron. I don't know if you can see. Oh, I love looking at them. And what it was a brain and a heart, and the heart was holding on to the hand of the brain, and they were walking along, and it says, come on, we need to go have a talk. So it was like the heart was leading the brain, because the head is all the mind knows is what happened yesterday. It knows only how to go on rewind. It can rewind what's already happened. It has no idea about what's coming in the future unless you have prophetic dreams, but even then, you don't know if the dream is prophetic until it plays out. The heart knows. The heart knows. You need to pay attention to the heart. Your heart is led by your soul. So they're telling you pay attention to your heart. And the next scene I saw, and it was interesting because they showed this guy, and he's like holding the phone, and he's got this look of trepidation, like worry, like I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. And the brain was lying on the table, and it was bloody, and the heart had this big sledgehammer. Oh, that's a message. So this is a message for somebody. And it had smashed the brain, and he turns to the guy and he says, okay, now go ahead and call her. So maybe you're not doing something, you're hesitating doing something because your brain is telling you things or getting in the way, and it's playing ancient history. That was in my dream last night as well, and I saw that actually, and I saw somebody was speaking about someone. They made a comment about somebody, and they showed a picture of this person, and it was years back. And it embarrassed the person because they were reading this person that way. And it may even been in the matter of a year, because this year, like I said, has been a huge year of learning, right? So they're looking at this picture of this person, and they're making a comment about them. And it embarrassed the person because the person apparently, you know, she says, I've changed a lot since then. A lot has happened since then. And then an angel walked up from behind and pulled out this picture of the person that was saying that to the girl and said, isn't this you? And the person had like big crazy hair and like totally out of date clothes. And the guy goes, yeah, but that was a long time ago. And he said, well, you're looking at a picture of her from a long time ago too, aren't you? So it's kind of like maybe your brain has got you stuck in the past about something. Maybe you're replaying something over and over. So it might have something to do with, maybe there's a situation that you're holding on to, hurts that you're holding on to. And you're replaying it in your mind. And remember, we don't want to think about what we don't want to bring about. Nobody can do anything about the past. Maybe somebody's done something and they can't forgive themselves. Maybe something happened. Maybe they did something to you and they can't forgive themselves. And so what they do is they retreat. I had a discussion about this the other day with my friend Robo, right, Rob? How sometimes they feel like they've let the person in their life down and they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to find the words now to move forward. So they retreat because they feel they're just hurting them. But by retreating, they are hurting the person that loves them. So you're being encouraged to don't listen to your rewind and your brain. Don't go over and over all of the negative stuff. Open your communication, move forward, speak your truth, stand up, use the bear totem to message, to find your courage, to speak your truth. A lot of times people are worried of saying something because they feel like they're gonna be judged, or the person's gonna be mad. But actually, it's exactly the opposite. That if you would actually just speak, if you would actually just share your feelings, if you actually would just trust enough in the love of the people in your life to let them know what's going on, the situation would be totally different than what you are imagining. But your brain has turned this story into some horrible situation, and so you're stuck. You've got this ego brain that's in control. So you want to get the heart, get that sledgehammer, smack the brain and say, shut the hell up. I'm listening to my heart. My heart says this person cares about me. This person is in my life for a reason. I feel good when I'm there. I'm going to trust this person. Trust is a big issue that's coming up in my head right now. Apparently, they're asking you to listen to your body. When we got the message, ask your body for a sign, ask your body. When you ask your body, should I do this or should I do that, or is this the right way to go? You need to be in a proper state. So a meditation would be great, like we were or outside where you're breathing fresh air. The bear goes into hibernation. It's talking about slowing down and really so that you can understand, what is it that I'm actually truly hearing? What is it that my body is telling me? What is it that what my heart really wants? What is it truly that spirit is showing me? All of these different things. So you understand that while I'm speaking a lot about health issues here, but health issues have a lot to do with mental health, with it's not just somebody's got depression, or somebody is has cancer, or somebody or some disease, or it doesn't have to be that. It could be just mental clarity or fear that's the clarity isn't there because there's fear or there's uncertainty. So that's when we call upon the bear totem to help us get centered and grounded. Oh, there's whooping cranes coming across the water. God, I love that. So we're calling on bear for all of these different things to help us, so that our mind is balanced, and that we're hearing things properly and we're not just playing ancient history. Okay, so another message that's coming up. Let me see. Hold on. I'm picking up. Hold on. I've got so many. Okay. Is this it? Yeah. This one. Sobriety. Okay. There's a lot that comes with sobriety. The health of the person that you are inquiring about would improve if they did not drink. It's exacerbating the situation. Alcohol exacerbates the medical condition. They need to stay away from it. It could also be telling you that the situation that somebody has been recovering from, maybe they have had an issue with alcohol and they've been in recovery. And so when we're getting that message, we've already been told that a healing is happening, that there's a miracle, that you can expect a miracle, have faith. So they're telling you, and they told us that the health of this person is improving. So it could be that somebody has had an issue with alcohol and it's improving. That could be the issue that somebody's embarrassed about, not talking to the ones in their lives. Everybody, we all have issues. None of us are perfect. We're all imperfectly perfect. That's what it is. But we're all, and I know I've got a lot of friends that would probably say, no, we're not. We're all perfect. Nobody. And I think, we're all a little bit broken. And that's how the love comes in. We get broken down so that we open up to spirit and trust and have faith and call upon spirit to guide us. But we're all a little bit broken. So don't be embarrassed if you have something that you're dealing with. Reach to your people that care about you and share it with them and allow them to help you. Also, it could be, watch your drinking. Have you been drinking a lot? Or have you been using alcohol to help you cope? That's not the way to cope. What they want you to do to cope is go outside, exercise, meditate, find, like do some research, find a different alternative. There must be something. Maybe you need to have your medication adjusted, or maybe you need to be eating more organic food, staying away. Maybe you have an allergy to something that causes a reaction. But they're telling you alcohol is definitely not the cure. Everything in moderation. I'm not saying that you shouldn't drink. Nobody's saying that. But you have to be. But they're saying at this point there's an issue with it. So you either are drinking too much, or it's exasperating the situation, or maybe that's what's going on, or maybe you need to go to not to DUI, maybe you need to go to a detoxification program. But then just the idea of alcohol coming up, or sobriety, it doesn't have to be alcohol. Sobriety could be drugs. It could be overeating. It could be anything that you're doing to excess. So sobriety speaks about balance. So everything in balance is what they're telling us. I also have gotten information, we're rolling again, about organic foods. It's important to eat organic foods, or eat healthy. We've got a lot of chemicals in our food nowadays. It's terrible. The GMO, and I didn't even understand what all that was about. It's disgusting though to me. I don't eat meat, but when you see what they do to chickens, and to turkeys, and to cows, and to milk, and we're going away. Everything how everything is altered, it's so unhealthy and disgusting. That's why the idea. I saw a video of a cow in a field, and it was so hopped up on drugs that it's like beefed up that it could barely walk. And I thought, that is the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen. But that's going into your body, it's causing issues. So they're saying eat raw, eat organic, try and stay away from these foods that are filled with all of these different drugs, because it's screwing up your body. I'm gonna take a breath for a second. I've been talking so much I can barely breathe myself. What's going on there? See, all the birds died. Do you see? I don't know if you guys probably can't see it, but there's a whole row of birds in the water. But there's fish that are jumping all. It's bizarre. There's water splashing up in the air, and there's fish that are jumping out of the water, and the birds, I guess they're over there having a snack, but I've never seen that before. A whole row. How interesting is that? Wow, I love that. Okay, so what I see, if I've got, I'm losing my oar. Sorry. Oh, I just got another message. Look at this. The pelican. See that right there? That's a message for me. Pelican totem speaks about forgiveness. It talks about letting go of judgment and forgiving. And this could be letting go of judgment of others, letting go of judgment of yourself, self-forgiveness. It also, as I said, there may have been a misunderstanding with someone. So it's talking about the power of forgiveness and starting fresh. And that comes up because of thinking about, going over and over in your mind. In my dream, that person was looking at the past, was looking at something that the person had looked like, how they had dressed, or how they had behaved, or whatever it was. And they were allowing this to replay over and over in their mind. So there's a judgment happening there, and they're saying, don't judge, release judgments of others. You don't want that for yourself. I mean, anything that you give out is what you get back. So release judgments to others, and allow a forgiveness to come about for a situation, or perhaps just forgiveness in general. Maybe somebody has really done something awful to you, and you're thinking, like I had a client yesterday call me and was very upset about something that had taken place during Christmas time. Her and her sister got into a horrible fight, and she said it ruined Christmas, and her parents were upset with her, and she said, I just want to leave, and I'm stuck here until Monday, and I can't get out of here. And what am I supposed to do? Why did she act that way? And I kept saying to her, I'm not getting anything about how she's acting. What I'm getting on your behalf is that you need to forgive the situation. And she says, I'm not going to forgive her. I'll never forgive her. I don't care if I never speak to her again. And I said, okay, well, and I was quiet. So she kind of kept going on. And then she said, what am I supposed to do? And I said, do you want to know? Do you want to know? I mean, I can tell you if you want to know. And she says, go ahead. And I said, you need to forgive it. And I said, it doesn't mean that what she did was okay. You're not saying that that's all right and she can do something like that again. What we got, Bear also speaks about boundaries. It talks about making sure other people respect your boundaries, but you need to forgive the situation so that you're not carrying it with you. Oops, sorry, the lights are all weird. So that you're not carrying this negative energy with you, because it's not hurting her, it's hurting you. And however, in families, it is important for you to extend forgiveness, because you're just going to make the situation awful for everybody else. And if you set your boundaries and leave the situation and you move forward, that's fine. But say to her, look, I have no intention of fighting with you. I'm not going to say anything that I will regret. I'm not going to add to the situation. It's probably best that I am not around negative energy. You don't have to say that, but it is best that you are not around negative energy, so you stay away from it. But you release the situation. So it's that comes up with forgiveness as with Pelican. Is there anything else? I think that's it. That's slightly a lot. My mouth is so dry. I think what I'm getting right now is water would be good. Dehydration. Have a drink. I don't have one. A drink of water. So that's it for us. And I'm going to also remind you that February, this is goes along well with this reading that we had. In February, I'm having that Healing Heart, I don't know what to call it, seminar, class, healing class, I guess. And it's February 5th at 5:55, and it's $22.22 per person, and it's going to be online. And you call in. Right now, I'm trying to set it up with anymeeting.com. I've done it before when I did my animal totem messages. We had an animal totem seminar, and it worked out really good. It was really fun, but something's changed, and I can't seem to figure out how to get signed up on it. So it might be a last-minute change from that place to a different place, but it will be where you will call in on your phone, and then you hook up through your computer as well, and you can see me as I'm talking, and I can hear you, but I think generally what I'll have you do is put it on mute, because I don't want to hear all the background noise. And then at the end, if I have questions, I'll open up. I mean, for you to have questions, I can open it up and ask you what you want to discuss. So if you're interested in that, you can let me know at my website. It's www.thewhispersofangels.com. If you want to follow me, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Google+, I'm on Facebook on Sherry Columbus, Angels Whisper, and Angels Whisper Sherry Columbus. Oh, look at the cormorant. Yay! And did I say LinkedIn? I think I did. YouTube, where all the videos go. If you want to subscribe to YouTube, you can get all of these videos as soon as they're uploaded. They'll send them to you. And, okay, we're definitely getting emphasis on the cormorants, because there's another pair. Cormorant. Oh, look, they're just everywhere right now. I think that's the birds that we're seeing, is the cormorants that are diving over there. So that's a message to dive down deep into your emotional waters, which is what Cormorant speaks about. And this is what we've been asked to do, right? As Bear Totem, to go in, dive down deep into your... And that was in my dream the other night. I had that as well. I was diving, and I was free diving. And I went down, and I am a diver. So if you're an underwater diver, you'll know that you wear a BC, the buoyancy control vest, and it controls the air, and you deflate the BC, but you have weights that go into the pockets of the BC, as well as sometimes in your dive suit, that will help you get down underneath the water. And I had a BC, but I didn't have any weights, so I expressed my air, and I went down under the water. And that talks about going down. There's a couple messages that came in that. It talks about me going down deep into my emotional waters to examine what's going on, which is what we were told to do. And the same thing as going into your cave, hibernating. Go down deep and figure out what's going on. But I wasn't able to express my air long enough. I was out of breath. I didn't have a regulator to breathe. So I popped back up on the water, and everyone else got out of the water, and we all walked past the general. This is a bizarre dream. Walked by the general, all the other people, and he looked at me and he said, "What kind of equipment were you using, dear?" And I said, I have a Sequest Diva BC, but I don't have any breathing apparatus. And he said, "Come with me." And he gets his credit card, and he goes over to the regulation place where they have all the equipment, and he says, "Set her up with the highest quality, the best that we have in breathing equipment." And then he looked at me and he said, "You can have weights too, but I don't think you're going to need them." And then he says to me, "Thanks, son," and he walks away. And I thought, son? Why did he call me son? Because